Hey there, I hope you're all well and thanks for taking the time to have a look at this little video I made on gathering up sources as efficiently as I possibly could. I was 13 when this game was released and I still love to go back and play through it now, even at 37. One thing I never got around to doing was maxing out all of the remaining character stats until my last playthrough. So let's go through it and hopefully I can help anyone watching to gather up sources as efficiently as possible and get them stats maxed out. If you're just here for the method, skip ahead to 4 minutes, or continue watching from here to see what we want to achieve, along with the essentials we need to get the job done. Thanks and enjoy the video. There are a few sources randomly scattered throughout the game. Each one will add a point to its corresponding stat. Power source raises strength, guard source raises vitality, magic source raises magic power, mind source raises spirit, speed source raises dexterity, and luck source raises luck. Unfortunately, there are nowhere near enough sources lying around the world to max out even a single character's stats, and we want to be able to get a level 99 Cloud from this to this. Not only Cloud, every other remaining character in the game. To do this, we need to morph certain enemies into sources a lot. We also need certain items and materia to get started. It's a grind to set up and it takes time, but with patience and determination you can achieve it. This would be impossible to do without morph materia, so make sure you grab it from the Temple of the Ancients. We will need to have at least a blue chocobo to be able to reach the materia cave that houses the quadra magic materia. We will need to have at least a black chocobo to make it to the materia cave with our HP MP swap materia in. We will need to have the green huge materia and master all magic materia to obtain our master magic materia. We will need to successfully defeat all enemies in the special battle at the battle arena to obtain the final attack materia, which will need to be mastered at least 3 times for best results. When the raid on Midgar occurs, be absolutely sure to get the W item materia. Finally, we need to access the Sunken Gelnica to obtain Yuffie's ultimate weapon, Conformer, which will hit for higher damage when morphing enemies. Now that we have all the required materia and Yuffie's Conformer, we need to manage our inventory so that we have lots of single usable battle items. Let's go sell all our junk we have gathered down to 1. These will be used for the famous W item glitch. Trust me, doing it this way will save you running to a shop every 20 minutes. I like to set my items out like this, so we have a single usable battle item above and below our turbo ethers. You can replace the turbo ethers with another battle item, but there is a reason I have them here for when we fight Serpent, we may need to top up its MP. Equip Cloud or the third party member with W item materia. This is how I like to have Yuffie's materia set up. Full cure and shield can be replaced with other curative magic, but I feel these work best. Cover isn't essential, but it helps. Also, buy a lot of Phoenix Downs, because Yuffie will be getting knocked out a lot. Sorry Yuffie. I feel the best place to go for efficient power source gathering is outside the reactor at Mount Nibel. Here we can morph screamers into power sources, then use the W item glitch. If you're not sure about this, I'll briefly explain. Select morph and choose an enemy. Just before she attacks, have the character with W item open it up. Select and use the single usable item. It will disappear, leaving an open slot. As the enemy is killed, it will morph into the source we are after. This source will fill the empty slot. When this happens, select the next item down, but instead of using it, cancel it. This will duplicate the source in the first slot. Again, select and cancel to duplicate. This can be repeated until the max amount you can hold is reached. Just remember, make sure you don't enter the battle with any of the sources you are trying to duplicate in your inventory. Otherwise, when the enemy is morphed into that source, it will stack with the others instead of appearing in the empty slot at the top. Also, keep an enemy alive until you're done. It can be fiddly at first, but after a few tries, you'll get used to it. Once every character's strength is maxed out, head down to the rocky area near Medeal. Here we can use the same method to morph spirals into guard sources. I'll let this part play out so that you can see how the W item glitch is executed more clearly. Also, as a side note, I found it best to gather power sources first and luck sources last. Boosting your character's strength first will ensure the highest attack damage possible when morphing with Yuffie later on. Leaving luck sources until last will stop Yuffie from dodging attacks when we need her to be hit. I tried farming these guys for magic sources at the battle arena, but it was taking far too long waiting for them to appear, then having to start the whole battle from the beginning every time with a chance that they might not appear. And since the goal for this is to be as efficient as possible, this just didn't cut it. So we should head back to the cargo room in the sunken Gelnica, where we can morph Unknown 3 into magic sources a lot more efficiently. This is where Yuffie's materia setup really shines. Have her enter the battle with low HP so she can be knocked out with one hit. This will activate her final attack morph materia combinations. The higher her level and strength at this point the better, as 2 hits at 9,999 damage will be enough to kill the enemy, leaving the rest of her materia to activate, giving you time to perform the W item glitch. Now, this guy, Serpent, can be a bit of a pain in the arse, but it's the best way I found to gather mind sources. This first fight shows how the battle will play out ideally. Hitting it once for 9,999 damage is usually enough to make it counter with Aqualung, knocking Yuffie out and activating her materia in order for you to perform the W item glitch. This second fight shows a more awkward battle. Serpent misses with Aqualung and starts using Viper Breath, totally ignoring Yuffie. Ideally, we want it to use Aqualung again. I found if it doesn't counter with Aqualung, or still uses Viper Breath after the first hit, using Fire 2 4 times as a second attack keeps it alive but pisses it off just enough for it to counter with Aqualung. Sometimes it might run out of power, so just help it out by throwing a turbo ether or an elixir at it. It'll be grateful. Finally, go to this hallway on the sunken Gelnica for our luck and speed sources. We can morph Poodler into speed sources and Bad Rap into luck sources. You can farm each enemy individually if only a single enemy type turns up into a battle. but if both turn up, you can gather both source types in a single battle as shown here. Just remember to clear out any luck sources or speed sources from your inventory before entering a battle here. Congratulations, we've made it through. Enjoy using all your hard-earned sources to get your stats maxed out. All my characters are depressed because Yuffie had to be knocked out so much, but with all that gil they earned, they can go on holiday and knock back some hypers. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you out at all, please consider leaving a like. If you'd like to see more OG Final Fantasy VII videos or tutorials from me, please comment or subscribe. And if there's anything you'd like to see me work on, let me know in the comments. Thanks again.